Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about, well, I just wanted to let you guys know about the Stephen Greer's press conference that he did on, let me see if I can find it. He did this on Monday of this week. It took place on January 12th, or sorry, June 12th, and essentially it was a great press conference that really had a lot of, powerful, compelling, first-hand, witness testimony, and, about extraterrestrials and, secret government programs, underground bases, underground facilities, top secret stuff, and even, how it's not actually the government that's doing it, it's just the deep state. The deep state, if you don't know, is like this shadowy, compartmentalized, it has ties to the government and to the military, but it doesn't, it's not beholden to them. So it's kind of a secret, operation of its own. So I want you guys to be aware of Stephen Greer's press conference. Go and watch that. If you're hearing the sound of my voice right now, please go ahead and watch that. It is about 2 hours long, so it's not that long, and you can, just put it on and listen to it while you're doing other things. But it's really compelling because some of these witnesses that he has speaking, their lives have been changed, their families have been, killed or made homeless by this stuff, just by, seeing something that they weren't supposed to see, or, being somewhere, wrong place, wrong time. They had their lives threatened and all kinds of crazy stuff. So it's really, really important to actually give this some limelight, some attention, to just know what's going on, because not many people know about these underground programs, and even they have, if you're wondering about like aliens and extraterrestrials, well, aliens, I'll just tell you this: aliens are man-made. So they have something called I think it's called a PLF, a programmed life form. But essentially it's made to look like an alien, but it's actually a robot controlled by men. But, it's man-made. So during these psyops, these abductions, they actually will use these robotic alien-looking things, and even the flesh is like, real, like, flesh, like, so it looks and feels like a real thing, but it's actually controlled. So that's what they use during abductions, and that is what we call aliens. Aliens are programmed life forms. However, we have something called interdimensional beings, or ETs, that are not of this world. That they came down to Earth because they were extremely extremely, like, wanting to stop our nuclear programs, because they were sending shockwaves into the universe. Essentially is what they were doing. And essentially what they would do is they would go to these nuclear facilities, these silos, these these missile bases and things like that, where they had ICBMs, nuclear missiles, and they would hover over them and they would disable them with their, they even, was one case of, I think we were firing a nuclear missile to the moon to kind of to see what it would do on the moon, which was a stupid idea. But anyway, they intervened. They actually fired lasers at it and disabled it. So, the nuclear technology, so this, a nuclear bomb is very powerful. So that's why they became aware of it and became, I don't want to say frightened, but they were basically that was a trigger for them to come here and stop the monkeys from blowing ourselves up. Even Joe Rogan had a great bit about that, which was essentially, well, don't you think if we had monkeys firing missiles at each other, that we would step in and say, no, you can't do that. Take the missiles away from them, and so that's essentially what they're doing. They're stopping evil people from developing, or firing nukes. It's not so much the nuclear facilities used for for generating power. It's not necessarily that. It's the nuclear missiles, the weaponized nukes. So how many times am I gonna say nukes in this video? Who knows? Anyway, so that's essentially why they developed an interest in our planet. And it's interesting because my teacher even said, I didn't believe in aliens or ETs or any of that until he started doing interdimensional meditation and actually connecting and communing with them. Because the thing is, he thought, well, these beings live hundreds of thousands of light years away, so there's no possible way that they can even come here if they did exist, because light can only travel at a certain speed, and you can't go faster than light speed. So, at least that's what he thought at the time. But our consciousness travels faster than light speed. We can project ourselves to galaxies far away and be there in no time. So there's just different things like that, different ways. Plus these interdimensional beings are, that's just it. They transcend time. They transcend time and space. They are interdimensional, meaning that they are not bound by our 3D and 4D. 3D is up, down, sideways, and forward, right? Forward and back. That's 3D. And then 4D is just the time layer, because we can have 3D and have a static object. That would be 3D. But then the object actually moving would be 4D, because you're adding space and you're adding time. So that's why we call it space-time. And so these 5D beings are, they transcend 3D and 4D. They can be omnipresent and they can be, they can exist in everything and anywhere all the time. So, and plus they, I think they may or may not have, I believe there are some beings, 5D beings that do have a physical body. I think there's also some beings that do not. But the physical body is not the main thing. The consciousness is. So that's why you'll have like little tiny people with big old heads. So, you know, so it's funny, but I mean that's how they operate. So, yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, it's beyond the human logic. I can say that it's beyond the human logic. But anyway, they ended up trapping or like getting a hold of these fallen UFOs, and they wouldn't be fallen if we didn't have the technology to do that. Or yeah. At least I think that's the case. I definitely know we have the technology now to screw with UFOs, UAPs, whatever, and you know, I know we have the technology to do that now, even in space. Like, there's targeted. I forget what they call it. I think it's scalar technology. But anyway, all of this stuff is mentioned in Stephen Greer's press conference. And so essentially what happened was, well, they found a downed UFO, and then they began the process of reverse engineering it. And then they found, you know, multiple, I guess they I don't know how they learned how to, you know, take UFOs down, but essentially it's with the scalar technology. I couldn't, you know, I don't know the ins and outs of that, but and then so once they got a hold of UFOs, they started reverse engineering them, and now we have man-made UFOs or man-made UAPs. And so it's, you know, it's essentially like we have the possibility of, you know, people seeing man-made UFOs and UAPs, and essentially what they're doing is they're using those along with the PLFs, programmed life forms, like I told you earlier, and they're using those in conjunction to essentially abduct people and get them scared of aliens. Because what the government's ultimate, or what the deep state's ultimate objective is to wage war on the US with these weapons. And then the Pentagon gets more money, the military forces get more money, and then they have more money to you know, for these projects. And then it's just like you know, a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know. More money gets pumped into the Pentagon, more attacks happen, even more money gets pumped into the Pentagon, and so, you know, that's what's coming. But we do have the choice to stop that. The more awareness that we get, the more understanding of these, you know, these foreign concepts and things like that, the better that we will be able to, you know, not buy into the psyop. Interdimensional beings, 5D beings, they do not want any harm to us. Remember, they came here because we were firing, you know, monkeys firing rockets at each other, you know, firing missiles at each other, and they have our best interests in mind. So there actually is no alien, or I should say, there is no ETs or interdimensional beings that can harm harm us. I have been doing meditations to connect with these beings, and it has been just a very loving process of, them giving me advice and guidance, and me, just accepting that. And there's been no hate, no, no ill will, anything like that. These beings are very loving, very kind, very supportive, and it's just been a heck of a journey to actually experience that. Reach into the foreign, reach into the unknown, and actually connect with these beings. That it's just amazing. So anyway, guys, I would highly recommend that you, let me check the time, highly recommend that you go to Stephen Greer's YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description, by the way. And go to his channel, go to that conference and see it online. And, it's just amazing. Like, people have, like, they're trying to keep this stuff secret from us, like all the technology that we now have, even technology to heal people and to travel and have free energy and all this stuff. Think about it. Think about not having a utility bill. Think about not having to put gas in your car. How much money would that save you? I mean, it's just, since the 1950s, we've been living in old technology. I mean, our cell phones are nothing compared to their technology. It's just like crazy how much they're keeping secret and how much they're holding back and all that stuff. So, so it's very important to get this message out to others. Once you see the press conference, you can share that with your friends, please, and just develop more awareness, because the more this message gets out, the better, the more that we will be able to actually have access to these technologies, because this is something that's going on outside the government. We all like to point fingers at the government, saying you are corrupt, you're bad, that you're the deep state and whatever, but really it's something, a compartmentalized program outside of the government. So and they are working on suing the pants off these people hiding this technology, and using the RICO Act, so you can check that out. And yeah, so anyway, guys, that's about it for me. And I will say this, guys, if you have bought my book, Tantric Secrets of Vedic Astrology, please, please, please leave a honest review. Because Amazon's been kind of screwing me over, taking people's reviews off my page, off my book. So it would really help me if you would, leave a good, honest review. Honest is the key to that. So yeah, anyway, guys, so I do have, I do give astrology readings. I do, if you want an astrology reading from me, then you can go to my website, gebotheshaman.com. Same with all my products and services. Even my book is there. The book will link you to the site on the link on my site for the book will take you to Amazon, where you can buy the book and you can leave a 5-star review and all that good stuff, and I would really appreciate that. And yeah, so let's see here. We have I do offer qigong courses that helps you, you know, to better align yourself with this 5D energy, and a huge, massive solar shift will be coming very soon. And you know, this is just this disclosure thing is part of that, the process to be more in alignment with that 5D energy. So you know, just be aware of this. And then we have the astrology courses, astrology certification course. So when you purchase that course, you can get your free website and have a payment processing option for your clients. And let's see here. Then we have astrology readings. We have the birth time rectification. So if you don't know what exactly your birth time is, then you can check that out. And then we have the rune readings. So if you want to know about your past, present, future, what's going on, if you have a specific question for me, then we can do a rune reading on it. Alright, and then we have the career coaching and life coaching. So if you're interested in any of that, then go ahead and check out that option on my website. And also we have the trauma healing course, also called the emotional awareness course, and that is essentially a great course that helps you become more aware of your emotions and heal from trauma. And then we have the distance energy healing. Also, I do shamanic healing and Reiki healing, so check that out as well. Alright guys, so that's it for me, and we will talk to you next time. Go ahead and check out my website, please. Alright, talk to you next time. Peace.